Okay, we're heading to the Blacklake district, which I'm going the wrong direction for. Because it's across here. Have I spoken to these people?
Greetings.
Welcome to you.
Oh no, it's just the generic thing. Citizens. Blacklake district. Oh, excuse me. Oh, tired after reading all those stories. Bedtime stories, that's what it is. I think there's one more building in the entryway of Blacklake, and then there's what's that? Oh, I thought it was somebody attacking me. I think there's one more building in the entryway of Blacklake, and then there we'll go to the Blacklake proper. I'm quite uncivilized riding horses indoors. Oh, cure critical. Sassy. I do like a cure critical potion. It's got a delightful nose. And rather a sassy vintage. Well, there's at least one of the companions things that's going to be in this district. Ooh, that's better. Okay, Gate Captain Horn.
Hello.
Greetings, citizen. The Blacklake district has been cordoned off to everyone but the city guard and the nobility.
I'm a member of the city guard under Aribeth's command.
Sorry about that. I think I've heard about you after all. The city guard has so many new recruits, it's all but impossible to keep up.
I've been commanded to find the Waterdavian creatures. Have you heard anything about them?
I just heard they're supposed to cure the plague or some such. I think it'd be a desperate fool who believed in that. I think it'd be a desperate fool who believed that monsters don't cure plagues.
Have you heard any rumors about where they might be?
Sorry, no tales of monsters running around the district. Not that I've heard, anyway.
Maybe you've heard about someone who knows something more. Someone who's acting strangely.
Acting strangely? Well, I suppose Meldanen would certainly qualify. Although acting strangely is nothing new for him. He's a wizard, they say. Sort of an odd bird amongst the nobility. People have been saying Meldanen's hoarding food. Some think that he should share some of it with the common folk. I don't know. I wouldn't go messing with Meldanen myself.
Is there something else you need then? Let me through the gate.
Sorry. Right. Sorry to hold you up, sir.
Oh, it's a town area where not everyone's trying to kill me. How novel. Blacklake citizens. Let's loot everything that's not nailed down. And then clear the buildings.
Okay, dokie.
Get it, Tommy. Tommy. Oh no, wait, that's Timmy. I was just thinking how old that South Park thing is, because I think in Vanilla WoW there was a reference to Timmy from South Park. And Vanilla WoW is what, 12 years old, something like that? 14 years old? Timmy. Yeah, Timmy the Cruel's like a secret boss in... Well, he's not that much of a secret, but he's kind of a secret boss in Strathome. I didn't do that. We did the undead wing of Strathome loads of times because you needed it for I don't know what you need it for. Oh, because they dropped the set pieces. I don't remember which set piece, but it dropped one of the class set pieces from the Baron. But for some reason, Strat Scarlet, you very rarely got groups for, which is weird because there was nice items from there. Silver ring. And also there was righteous orbs for getting Crusader enchantments, which every melee class needed in vanilla. So they were always really expensive, despite the fact it was pretty easy to... Oh, it was also... It was kind of a pain, because there were some groups that would run into other groups, and then you'd end up pulling the whole area, and in vanilla, pulling the whole area meant you died, as opposed to later expansions when you pull the whole area and just AoE everything down.
Okay, dokie.
Well, once you had gear from Molten Core or higher, you could just pull everything and AoE it down in vanilla. But yeah, you had to kind of respect it up until then. I didn't raid for quite a long time in vanilla. And once I got raid gear, the difference in power level was completely ridiculous. You never really notice upgrades in unless you get get really boosted by somebody. You never really notice upgrades in well, I don't know about Battle for Azeroth because I haven't played it, but in Legion, you never really felt the upgrades. Except when you first got your artifact weapon. Have I done all these already? No. Yeah, so... Oh, I totally blanked in that building.
It's done.
I don't think there was anything there, though. Potion of Fox's Cunning. I'm guessing that gives you Dex. But how did I loot those two and miss that chest? Rank incompetence, I tell you. Merchant's Shingle. Board laid bare. There's probably missions in there. Yeah, let's go inside. What's this one? Rum Bottom Estate. Yeah, but in vanilla, the difference between having epics and not having epics was massive. And then each tier as well, going from Molten Core gear to Blackwing Lair gear was another huge upgrade.
What do you want?
Especially, you'd notice it the most in... Well, you'd notice it in PvE as well. When you did older content. This door is too complex to pick and warned against simple spells. You have to find a proper key. Right. So these are patrons. Nada. Oh, Thurin. That's the one I should speak to, I
What do
assume.
you want?
Greetings, citizen. Might I ask your name, friend? I'm Thurin, captain of the guard here in Blacklake. Good man. Oh, I'm Thurin, captain of the guard here in Blacklake. Good man. And you are? It's weird. You speak to him and he says, "What do you want?" And then his text speech is actually quite polite. I'm called Tam Axlia. Pleased to meet you, Captain Thurin. You as well, Tam Axlia. If only you weren't. If only I were not beset by problems. That is. What can I do for you? I have some questions about the plague. There's not much I can tell you about the plague, sir. It's all we can do currently to keep Blacklake cordoned off from the rest of the city. Oh, excuse me. I can't say I feel good about it. All these poor souls desperate to get into this area, not even caring that they would spread the disease here. I wish I could do something more and not sit here safely. But I suppose I have enough problems of my own. Have there been any odd happenings in Blacklake? Besides the local nobles getting paranoid enough to turn on each other, so nothing truly odd now. Well, now I suppose that's not exactly true. There's something odd that happened. If you want to hear about it, go ahead. Well, beyond trying to keep the plague out of the district, one of my men seems to have disappeared without a trace. I suppose that in itself wouldn't be so odd considering the times, but I know this man too well. He's an old friend of mine named Samuel, and he wouldn't just leave. Do you have any idea where he could be? I know where he's not. He hasn't reported back to his barracks, and his family hasn't seen him. He also hasn't left Blacklake, not by the gates anyway. Some of my men seem to think Samuel is drunk in some gutter somewhere. The old man drank, certainly, but he never disappeared. It would take something more to do that. Have you had your men search for him? I don't have the manpower right now. I don't have the manpower. Right now, it's all I can do to hold down the gates and keep Blacklake calm. I've told my men to keep on the lookout, but nothing so far. Do you have any ideas of where he could be? I know where he's not. He hasn't... Oh, yeah, I've done that. I could look for him. Would you? I suppose at this point I can't be too picky about whom I ask for help. If you could look for Samuel, sir, it would be quite a relief. That's awfully cheeky. You offer help and he says, "Ooh, help from you? Oh, well, I guess so. Fine. I'm an asshole." If you did find him, tell him to return if he can. At the very least, I would like to be certain of his fate. Alright, but don't you think I should get some coin up front for my trouble? I'll find him if I can, I'll go with. I'll find Samuel and return him safely, I promise. Thank you, thank you. Godspeed, my lord. That's a quest. Got ourselves a quest. Do like a good quest. Oh, I was talking about that I was reading Don Quixote a couple of days ago. And I want to part 2 of it now. And it's actually much, much more enjoyable than part 1. It's funnier. Part 1 is just so brutal. It's funnier and cleverer, the part 2, than part 1. Right, Pumpkin.
Hi.
Hi there. You nice? You look nice. Mama says lots of people aren't nice. Maybe even downstairs.
What's downstairs? Is there something in your house?
Yeah, there's something behind the bookcase, but Mama says not to talk about. I can't say anymore. I don't want Mama to know I know the secret word. Maybe you can talk to her about it, okay?
Secret word? Tell me about it. We're friends, right?
Well, I guess. Just don't tell Mama. I hide behind the bookshelf. You say a word and it opens. It's a silly word, though. The word is Halueth. I don't know what it means, but it opens the shelf when you say that. Weird, huh?
You shouldn't be outside, it's dangerous.
I suppose, but my mama doesn't mind. She says people get sick at home, at work, and at church, so what's wrong with me in this street? Besides, she was mad because I went behind the bookcase again. Says it's not good to be there. Okay, goodbye and stuff.
Let's go see this bookcase. Because if the password is Halueth, that is the first name of Lord Nevar. Or Lord Never. There's something strange about this bookshelf. There might be an opening behind it, but the shelf resists any physical attempt to move it. Speak the word Halueth. Ooh. It's a secret passage.
Here comes Halfling
Ghouls.
Daddy.
Let's turn undead. It's so satisfying just watching things die instantly. Give me your knuckle bones. I should check if skeleton knuckles are actually useful for anything. Be turned, undead.
Make this fight count! It will be your last!
It does make it kind of trivial. In a good way. Give me your skelly bones. Yes, I have to remember to
Here
Google
comes Halfling
what skelly bones are used for. If not, I can just sell them all. Come on, Mr. Remains. There we go. I was wondering why I didn't have a whole ton of them. But it's zombies in the beggar's nest, wasn't it? Not. Oh wait, save. Chests sometimes kill you instantly. Like that almost did. Rest. 50 damage.
Okay, dokie.
Open it up, Tommy. Cheers, my petal. Ooh, a sickle. That was worth the effort. Is there a secret part of Navarre's? Oh, there's a chest. A splinter delivered in flight. Would be a ceremonial arrow, I imagine. Let's save again. And get in here. Is this the tomb? Oh, wow. That is not the most ideal way of fighting. Divine might. Whoa. Yeah, good thing I saved. Load game. Quick save. Load. Let's have divine might first. Go in here. And head directly for one. Wow. It really put out the pain. I don't think this is going to go well. I need to take more potions before I come in. Yeah. Yep. Load quick save.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
No. I think we should have to come back here.
Ah, no can do.
I should really speak to the woman before I
Hello
wandered
there.
into her passage. Begging your pardon, but why are you in my home? Not that the nobility are like can't go wherever they want. And there's no reason you shouldn't go wherever you want. Really, I didn't mean to cause a fuss. My name's Telma, if you want to know. I want to ask you some questions. I suppose, is there any reason you're here again? I don't really mean to object. If there's nothing here, but if there's nothing here for you, do you know of anything odd? Any rumors? No, I mean, of course not. Why would I know of anything odd? I mean, there's a plague of sorts. What else needs to be happening besides that? Wait a minute. That child was hiding behind the cupboard, and it was full of ghouls and skeletons. How come the child is not a ghoul or a skeleton? You seem agitated. Is there something hidden here? Well, I didn't mean to give the impression that. Oh, hell with it. It looks like you know already. There's something under my house. See, we were digging, and a storage place behind the bookcase, and down, well, to hide things from the city guards. It didn't pan out though. There's something not right down there. It's a door we could never open, and sounds that came behind it. Look at the bookcase and say the word Halloweth, and you'll see for yourself. I'm going to look, alright? That's your decision, I guess. The entrance is hidden behind the bookcase. Please, just try not to stir anything up. I have to live here. Good, good. Let's leave. So I have to remember to do that when I'm more competent. What's this? Cathedral? Looks like. Oh no, it's a nobleman's residence. That's a hell of a nobleman's residence. Disgruntled nobleman. Let's go and talk to a disgruntled nobleman. The sheer nerve. Why have you come into my home, sir? I'm with the city guard. I don't mean any harm. Oh, I suppose you don't look like such a bad sort. You just startled me. Barging in here uninvited is all. What is it you wanted then, sir? I'm investigating the plague. Perhaps you can help me. I've paid close attention to what has been said of the plague, but there's little real information. I don't know if I can help you. Are you aware of any strange creatures in the area? Certainly not. The Blacklake maintains strict control on all the animals. There's even a zoo, but there's hardly anything there that I would call strange. Is it possible some of the creatures might have gained access to the zoo somehow? I couldn't say. Lord Montgomery Sure Shot is the proprietor. You'd have to speak to him if you wish to definitive. Oh, excuse me. Oh. If you wish a definitive answer. The zoo's in the northeastern part of the district if you haven't already been. Is there something else you wanted to know? Anything else of interest going on in Blacklake? I'm certain that I'm above anything you would consider interesting. Any places in Blacklake you think I should visit? I don't know. The tavern, the board laid bare. It was quite a scandalous reputation, I hear. There's something else you wanted to know? No. Goodbye. You seem to have generic answers. Fare you well, sir. Oh. This is a really big building to be just have nothing exciting going on. Oh, there's a chest with nothing in it as well. Did I come in here already? No, surely not. Did I delete it? Oh, that's weird. Maybe, oh, no, I think I did. I think I came in here when I was not paying attention earlier. Talking, gibbering about something. Blacklake nobleman. Pumpkin. Ooh, that looks like something I haven't looted. Give me the loot. Oh, I have looted it. Poop. Stinky, stinky poop. Let's get the map up. Oh, it's along here I haven't been. Can you just cross this? Yes, you can. Cool. Let's get the barrel and the crate. What time is it? 8:30. I'll wander round to the Rumbottom estate and see what we can see after that. Let's turn that camera off so it runs. Formosa. Let's speak to Formosa.
I don't recognize you. Are you one of the nobles from here in Blacklake? Regardless, you do see that Meldanon should be forced to give up his stores, don't you?
It is, after all, the duty of the people to watch over their own. What say you?
Who is Meldanon?
You don't know about Meldanon? Well, you must not be from around here, that's for certain. Meldanon is a vicious and evil little man. He does what he pleases in Blacklake because he has two things, magic and power.
Magic is power.
He kidnaps people for his experiments and has all sorts of magical abominations in his estate, and all the other nobles pretend not to notice. Well, I won't, and I'm not intimidated by him. His merchant house has been hoarding food and goods for years in this district, and he should give it up, whether he likes it or not.
How do you know there's an actual hoard?
You talk like it's in question. Meldanon has never denied the fact, and everyone in Blacklake knows it's true. He keeps a warehouse here, locked up so tight with spells and wards that there's no hope of access without the proper key, Otherwise, the city would have stormed it long ago, I'm sure. Everyone's too frightened of Meldanon to do anything about it, however. So much easier to sit behind these walls and pretend there's no plague at all. I agree with you totally. I'm a communist paladin. Well, that's good to hear. There's few enough people around here with some courage to know what's right and say it out loud. The only question what remains is what's to be done about it. The city guard have their hands full just about keeping order. And the chance of me stirring up these frightened pigeons to act is not good. Something drastic needs to be done. It needs to be done by those that have the ability and the conviction, like you, sir. Will you help me?
What exactly do you have in mind?
That depends. Are you adverse to performing a task that some would consider underhanded?
Just how underhanded are we talking here?
I'm speaking of killing Meldanon and taking from him the key to his warehouse.
You will kill him or I will.
I'm no killer, sir. If I were, I would have challenged the sorcerer long ago, and all this would be unnecessary.
I'll steal the key, but I'll not murder a man.
As you wish. I suspect, however, that you'll quickly change your mind once you discover the true nature of the man. The key that allows access to this hoard is what is important. However, bring me that. Should you happen to change my mind and give Meldanon his due, I'll not argue. Should you happen to change your mind and give Meldanon his due, I'll not argue. Meldanon lives in a walled mansion in the northwest corner of Blacklake. His gate is guarded well, and there are other wards, but somehow you must gain entry. I do not expect you to do this without reward, of course. Bring me the key and I will give you a magic necklace. For the sorcerer's silver tooth, I offer you 500 gold pieces. That's all I can offer you. It's a fair price for the service you render. Can I persuade you to give me some coin up front? I want some coin now, or I'll expose you to the local nobles.
Excuse me?
Very well, I'll do it, or I've changed my mind, this doesn't interest me.
Could I persuade you to give me some coin up front? Because it's out of character, but it's like a mechanical thing, I think.
I suppose there's no harm in that, considering what I'm asking of you. Here's 100 gold pieces, all I have on me at the moment. Good luck.
I've taken a persuade skill, so mechanically it's best to do that, even if it's not from a role-playing perspective. Save. Oh, is that a guardhouse? Oh, I can't
No
get in there.
can do.
City walls, all in all the districts, seem inaccessible, except the main one, the hub, which is a bit weird. Oh, do your work. Potion of speed. Let's see what this does. Useful for... gives you haste. Ooh, haste's powerful. You get extra attacks. Some more barrels. Ooh. I shall endeavour not to have quite so much yawning in future videos. Glittering necklace, let's have a look. Special properties, none. I should check out that two of my companions gave me rings, so I should look and see what they do. Silver ring, ring of the rogue. I guess that's the one thing he gave me. Enhancement Dex +1, disable trap +1, open lock +1. My current rings do fortitude saves increased. Ring of insight, lore +5. Well, since my lore is 0, that's pretty useless. So Ring of the Rogue is better than Ring of Insight. And there's another ring. Lantanis ring, let's see. Charisma +1 and regeneration +1. That is better than Ring of Fortitude. Lantanis ring. Excellent. Excellent. Charisma +1 is actually really powerful for me. Shall I do... I'll not do that build. Well, I'll do that building. It's not a named building. It's not going to be that... take that long. Ooh, God, it's huge. Disgruntled woman.
I greet you.
Not one step closer or I'll scream. Why have you invaded my home? I'm a city guard, I don't mean any harm. I suppose you can be trusted. A woman on her own in these dangerous times has to be cautious, you understand. What was it you wanted then, sir? I'm investigating the plague. Perhaps you can help me. Collecting no, none of those. They're all generic. You are not invited, get out. Okay. Kind of intrigued as to what this building is. Is it just somebody's house? They have fancy houses in the Blacklake district. Save, because I'm about to get zapped. Ow! See, the previous trap did 50 damage, that one did 3. Did you just disable the trap? Go on, Tommy. Tommy's quite useful.
It's done.
Thanks, my son. Spike helmet and an unidentified gauntlet. Oh, that's a pretty awesome chest. And this is back out again, I guess. Oh well. It's not bad. Did I loot this box? No. Yes. Hodge Estate Guard. I'm sorry, sir. Only guests of the Only guests of the Hodge are allowed to enter this estate. The guards inside are under strict orders. I want to ask you some questions. I'm on duty, so I really shouldn't be chatting, but it gets awfully boring just standing here. I'm usually cleaning inside. Ask your questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Why can't I enter the estate? Why can't I enter the estate? Well, actually, I don't much care one way or the other. If you're set on entering, I'm not going to get in your way. I'm not really much of a fighter. I'm supposed to be a butler, after all. I'm only filling in because the door guard died of plague. I wouldn't go in, though. It's not safe. Why isn't it safe? The guards inside are really tough. I'm not sure why Hodge didn't put them out here. Maybe he wants them as a surprise for burglars. I don't know. The attack on sight. Nothing more than killers, really. Working as a guard just lets them hurt people legally. I don't like them much. You really don't mind it? You really won't do anything if I go in? I told you I'm not a guard. I don't make enough gold to get in your way. I say it ain't safe, but what you do is your business. Goodbye. Goodbye. Do as you will. I'm not paid enough to worry about this. Yeah, we'll not do that just now. We're just going to clear the rest of the hub, and then I'll play something else once I've done that. For the rest of the stream, because Rum Bottom Estate Guard. I imagine that's going to be similar. We'll go in. Yeah, we'll go into the generic houses, but not the. Wait, I looted these already. No, I didn't. I looted some of them.
No can do.
Is that part of the... Oh, it's part of that estate. Okay. Oh, and there's a passage up here. So we've got 2 estates to do here. Hodge and Rumbottom. Blacklake citizens. And there's the zoo and the wizards estate to do as well. We have to go back to the docks and find something. And
It's done.
what's this? Merchant's Shingle. Neverwinter Zoo. Oh, the zone's actually smaller than I thought. What's this? Oh. Millie's house. Let's go to Millie's. Oh,
No can do.
what's too complex? Oh, fine then. You like that? See if I go. Orion. Oh, that's the entrance to Meldanon's estate. So, next time we have Zoo, Meldanon's estate, Hodge's estate, and Rumbottom estate. And then I think we're done with the start of Neverwinter Nights, Act 1. I think it'll be finished. So I'll just stop the video there. Please like, comment, subscribe. Join me live every day, 7 till 11 GMT or BST when it gets to the summer. Twitch.tv/Tam Axlia.